Okay, I just installed these hall sensors. Yeah, I'm not upset. I've never bought them from Amazon before, and I wasn't sure what size they were going to send me. And I know that the correct ones are they're Honeywell. They end in a 44. But I just went with this, Xiaomi, whoever that damn scooter company is. I went with their board, and these three sensors came with it, on it. And from the looks of it, but before I mounted it, didn't look like it was going to fit. And now that I'm checking it, I could have used the board complete, but it's no big deal. Everything went together well. I'd prefer to put it on with the board, but this piece of plastic that you're seeing, after I got everything in place and pretty much lined up, I used a little bit of hot glue down in the lower section there, and then I put the plastic and I was pushing it with the flat edge of my tape measure just to give it a compress, because everything needs to sit below this wave washer right here. Pretty much it needs to sit down there. It's going to be fine. It's going to clear. Yeah, I'm happy with how this came out. I know this is going to work just fine because those hall sensors were tested first. And I think the biggest part about this too, along with the hall sensors, is the fact that I got to put some 10 gauge wire in there. And if you look here, the yellow strand, the yellow piece of wire, it's not bound up super tight. It's copper, good copper. This is the harness that came off of that one. You can see how narrow and small it is. It's probably like a stainless steel wire, and I think it's a 16 or an 18 gauge, one of the two. But that's twice the thickness. It's going to bring straight big energy right to the electromagnets. Yeah, and so well, that's that. I was going to hopefully have this done before I get that finished so I can put it all back together. I'm going to strip this all down to shiny aluminum, polish it real nice. And yeah, this stuff that I got, it's a what do you call that stuff? Darn it. Clean strip. It was like almost 20 bucks at Home Depot. Things have gotten real expensive lately. And I don't think it did that great of a job. After a few minutes, I poked at it and it didn't really do much. And then later on, it dried. And the only reason I was able to get this down is because I hit it with the wheel. So I'm going to saturate it once more. I'm going to have to get the paint off somehow. This is probably the best way, 2 or 3 coats like this. And get in there with a scrub brush, a little steel brush, or this wheel on the drill. I don't have a correct metal bonnet for this Dremel. All I have is a few polishing, and I got some really awesome polishes. I'll tell you, for aluminum, back in my Volkswagen Porsche days, I couldn't beat this stuff. This is the best damn aluminum polish I've ever used on a clean piece of aluminum, say a wheel that doesn't have a clear coat. My God, this stuff makes it look so beautiful. The nature of that stuff, it's a cotton wad, and it's moist, and it has a little bit of a chemical smell, but it smells kind of good to me. And as you rub it, it turns black. Even when the metal looks pretty polished to begin with, and you rub that cotton swab on there, it turns black, and it's kind of gets in your hands and sticks with you pretty good. But anyways, after you get that on there really good, you hit it with a nice soft cloth, and it sure comes up pretty. That's about all I got for you right now. I've been testing this and some other stuff on that power supply and that controller right there. It looks funky with all those wires, but I'm sorry my stuff's not more presentable. So good luck, everybody. If you have any questions about this, hit me up.